Hey guys, Steve Welch here, Beaman Toyota. Got some new news here on the 2023 Toyota Highlander, and no, you did not read the title wrong. Toyota is doing away with the 6-cylinder in the Toyota Highlander. All right, so Toyota's newsrooms released this statement here. I've also got a article from Car and Driver that I'm going to go over a little bit with you too, kind of give you a couple different viewpoints on it, and of course my take on it, and which is why you tune in, right? Definitely want to thank Glenn for pointing it out, and we're going to kind of go over this a little bit. So Toyota's press release says a new high-efficiency turbo gas engine increases torque for better everyday responsiveness. New dual 12.3-inch screens for the Limited and Platinum models. Power folding mirrors add convenience to the Limited and the Platinum. Hands-free power liftgate available on additional grades, which probably means you're going to be able to get it on the XLE. And improved wireless charging location in the dash. All right, so Toyota says the Toyota Highlander has been the #1 retail mid-size SUV for 6 years running. No easy feat in one of the most intensely competitive segments. Now for 2023, Highlander is giving buyers even more reasons to choose this hands-down winner. Starting with an all-new engine for the gas model, also including larger multimedia screens and other amenities for greater value across all grades and powertrains. For 2023, the Highlander gas model receives a big and helpful change with a new higher torque, high efficiency turbocharged engine. The 265 horsepower 2.4 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, which uses balanced shafts for super smooth performance, delivers 309 foot-pounds of torque. This is a significant 17% increase over the previous 3.5 liter V6 engine's 263 foot-pounds of torque. The driver will feel this gain in everyday driving situations, especially when taking advantage of the Highlander's 7 or 8 person seating and generous cargo capacity. Just as important, fuel efficiency remains the same as the V6 for this higher torque engine, with a manufacturer estimated 24 miles per gallon combined. The new engine is standard across all gas grades and is more environmentally friendly, with more than a 50% reduction in NOx and NMOG, as well as improvement in CO2 emissions compared with the outgoing V6 engine. The new Highlander turbo models are equipped to tow up to 5,000 pounds, which is the same they are now, guys. Trailer sway control, which uses includes trailer sway control, which uses the vehicle stability control to help control unwanted trailer movement. To help reduce fuel consumption and emissions, the standard start and stop system allows the engine to shut off when the vehicle comes to a complete stop and instantly restarts when the driver lifts their foot from the brake pedal. So 2023 Highlander updates. So updates for the Highlander go beyond, as Toyota is also turning the spotlight on value for the 2023 SUV. Buyers want larger, more versatile multimedia screens than the Highlander delivers. In addition to the JBL premium audio system with 11 speakers as a carryover from 2022, the Limited and Platinum grades now have two 12.3-inch multi-informational display screens as standard. All right, so that tells me that the Limited has it as standard. It was an SB package, so it was an option in the 2022. This wording makes me think that it's going to be standard on the Limited, from how they're saying here. So Platinum had it standard the whole time. Limited, you could have had either one. So it looks like you're going to go to a standard feature in the Limited as well. All right, so and then it's got, let me go back to where we're at. Just as important to users, content can now occupy the full 12.3-inch glare reducing optically bonded screen. All right, so that's something that a lot of people, and I'm bringing my opinion here, but something that a lot of people have asked for. So on the previous generation, you could go to about, you had like 3 screens on the main screen, and you could do like 2 of them would be the map, and then you still had one off to the side. And people are like, well, why can't the whole 12.3-inch be the map? It's only 2/3 of that screen. Why can't the whole thing be the map? And the reason is because it can't. And that was really the only good answer you could give unless you're just kind of trying to BS, right? But it wouldn't allow it to be the whole thing. Well, now it sounds like from this that it's going to be able to be the entire screen will be able to be your map or whatever you want. So that's what it sounds like here. So I'm actually excited about that. That's something a lot of people have asked for. So I'm not shocked that Toyota did that. So it says the full digital instrument cluster screen now replaces the former 7-inch screen that was on the very center of the instrument cluster, right? So now the entire instrument cluster is a screen. That's what they've done with the Tundra. So obviously they're doing that now with the Highlander as well. So it says 4 different visual modes for a personal touch: casual, smart, tough, and sporty mode. So it should change it and tweak it a little bit to, you can personalize it a little bit more for what you like. That's also something that's really nice to be able to do. If you like different colors, things like that, it's nice to be able to change those. So now premium Highlander grades provide the most screen area than the previous generation Highlander models. The 12.3-inch center touch screen will also be optional for the XLE and the XSE grades. So those weren't an option currently. So the XLE and the XSE, you'll be able to get the bigger screen on. So that'll probably be your SB code, I would guess, on your 2023. Right now they only have the 8-inch screen. So but yeah, so then on the LE and L grades, you're going to have the same 7-inch screen. So the 7-inch screen that's on your limited right now, and your platinum now in the center cluster, that's going to be on everything else, it looks like. And the 12.3-inch touchscreen is now also standard for the hybrid bronze edition, which bronze came out last year. So for added convenience and value, the limited and platinum grades now and both in gas and hybrid now come standard with power folding exterior mirrors for 2023. So if you're getting a limited or a platinum, it will have those mirrors standard. It also says the wireless charging feature just got better for the front seat passengers. They moved the charger from the center console box to a more convenient location on the panel shelf. So it used to be there was a big thing that you could pull up and then you could go below it in your center console. And a lot of people liked that. Some people didn't. So it looks like they've moved that. I don't think the people that really liked it there are going to have a problem with it, but the people that didn't like it in the center console, they should be a lot happier that way. So the XLE and XSE grades join the limited and platinum in featuring convenience of a hands-free power liftgate. So the kick under the foot, the bumper, will open or close it. So your XSE and your XLE will have that now. That was previously only in your limited or your platinum models. So yeah, that's a pretty cool feature there. So and that's shut offable too, by the way, if that's a word. Shut off. Yeah, you can shut it off. It's also as icing on the proverbial cake, they add an elegant new cypress exterior color. So that is a green color, I'm sure, because the sorry, I bumped you a little bit there. That is the green color because I'm sure that's what it would be, because that's on the Sienna. Highlander is made in the same factory as this Sienna, so it makes sense to be, have probably the same color. It says Harvest Beige and Glazed Caramel interiors now feature black as the accent color, replacing the Noble Brown. There will probably be a lot of people that like that. So, it's there's some people that'll probably not like it, but I bet you some people really like that from what I know from, talking to people. So the Hybrid Bronze Edition and XSE Style Machine, whatever that means. Anyway, so they look for a revved up style and super practical and comfortable Highlander. Will find it in 2 compelling choices. So basically, let's talk about the Bronze Edition. So they are, let me see, launched last year, making a striking design statement, available in cement, exclusive to the Bronze Edition. So you can get the cement color, of course. Wind Chill Pearl or Midnight Black exterior colors. Those are the ones you can get in the Bronze. bronze color accent. So it's pretty much what the bronze was this year, it sounds like, with those added things that we're already talking about. Soft tech seats, of course, that'll be on your XLE and above. That's pretty much what they always do on those. Captain's chair layout, so you're probably going to have some of them only be captain's chairs only. So now the bronze edition, I'll have 2 interior 1500 watt outlets, which is good. Hands-free power liftgate, rain sensing wipers will be on the bronze. The Highlander XSE is available in either front wheel drive or dynamic torque vectoring all-wheel drive, which is a really cool all-wheel drive system. XSE will now roll on exclusive all black 20-inch wheels. So your XSE is going to have a solid black wheel. People will like that, I'm sure. 235 55R 20 all-season tires and a specially tuned suspension, which the XSE always has, of course. So let me see, your tuned electronic power steering, all that's there. So I'm just kind of, obviously you're still going to have your red interior available in your XSE. I'm going through this because there's a lot to read here, and I'm kind of, looking here. So L and LE grades come standard with the second row bench, of course. That's your seating for 8, while the XLE limited grades go standard with your captain's chairs. And second row for 7-seat capability. Buyers can choose a second row bench for the XLE gas, XLE hybrid, and limited gas grades. So that means that the XLE gas, XLE hybrid, and limited gas will be the ones you can choose either, and it looks like. So I'm guessing your L and your LE will no longer have a captain's chair option, which is fine. Let's see. Hybrid bond. So let me see, standard. So it looks like the bronze probably will not have a bench option either. So then it goes through some of the sizes on the inside. Sizes are going to be the same as what they currently are. And it does say that it can be over-the-air updatable for your radio system. I'm sure that you're going to probably still have your remote connect as a standard feature. See, so Robo HD radio, Sirius satellite, platinum plan, 3-month trial, Wi-Fi connect. Let me see. So obviously your JBL with Clarify is going to be on there. Trying to see if it says if the there's your remote connect. So your remote connect is standard with a 1-year trial, of course. It does not mention whether or not it's going to the wireless CarPlay system. There we go. All right, so phone connectivity with support standard for wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So a lot of you people have been asking for that. The Tundra did get your wireless CarPlay and Android Auto, and it looks like your Highlander will have that as well for the 23 model year. I know you'll also have the wireless in the BZ4X as well if you're wondering about that. 5 USB ports, that's still standard. All-wheel drive, of course, is going to be, and you can go up to 50/50 on your torque on that. That's going to be available as well. You'll be in front-wheel drive, obviously, when you're not in all-wheel drive. Of course, you still have your hybrid. Hybrid engine's going to be the same. It's still a 2.5 liter with the hybrid. It's a 2.4 liter turbo with the non-hybrid. So when you have the hybrid, it's not going to be a turbo motor with the hybrid. So the Tundra went with a turbo in the Tundra, whether it's the hybrid or the non-hybrid, and it was the same motor. It just added the hybrid component to it, and it was the inline style. This is going to be the same hybrid that you're used to when it comes to the Highlander, from everything that I'm reading. Of course, I don't think they're changing anything on that. Hybrid will have a towing capacity of up to 3,500 pounds for all grades, of course. The hybrid's battery pack is under the second row seats. That's all current. That's the exact same thing they're doing now. Let me see. Obviously you have all your modes for driving. Like I said, I'm just scrolling through this here, kind of giving you guys some information. And of course your safety is paramount. Of course, you're going to have the Safety Sense 2.5 Plus system. It's had that already, which is your pre-collision, your full speed dynamic radar cruise control, your lane departure with steering assist, lane tracing assist, road sign, automatic high beams. It's got a bunch of stuff that can, same lane crash avoidance. There's a bunch of stuff that you can get, so that's really cool. So blind spot monitor is standard on the LE and above, so the base level won't have it. Everything above that will. Front and rear parking assist with automatic braking is available on the limited or the platinum. Bird's eye view with perimeter scan is available on the limited, standard on the platinum, which is your 360-degree view. 8 airbags, including side curtain airbags for all 3 rows. Star safety system. Like I said, just obviously, and it talks about warranty. So that's all really cool. That's all from Toyota. That's Toyota boasting about what it is. So Car and Driver was a little bit more critical of it, and I can understand where the criticalness comes from. So I wanted to read a little bit from this article that was from Drew Dorian at Car and Driver. He said the Highlander standard V6 has been replaced with a new turbocharged 2.4 liter 4-cylinder for 2023. The new engine makes 265 horsepower and 309 foot-pounds of torque. Toyota says the fuel economy range of 24 miles per gallon is equal to that of the outgoing V6, making us wonder why the switch to fewer cylinders was made. All right, so I can understand that part, and I'm always an advocate for Toyota, you guys know that, but I'm kind of in the same boat as this, as to, I understand Toyota says it's going to be better for emissions and things like that, but I have an 18 Highlander and I like my V6, so just saying. So you have 265 horsepower. The outgoing V6 has 295 horsepower. It doesn't say what the RPM is, but I bet you that that's at a little bit lower of an RPM. So 265 is probably at something like 5,200 RPM. The 295 is at 6,600 RPM on the current Highlander. So I'm guessing it probably goes down on RPM a little bit, which is part of the emissions saving to get the same, or to get that 265 horsepower. The torque on the current one is actually 263 foot-pounds of torque as opposed to the 309. So you'll definitely feel that difference in the torque. And the 263 foot-pounds of torque is at 4,700 RPM. Chances are it'll probably be something a little bit more similar to like what the Tundra does, I'm guessing, for where you'll get your higher level of torque. It'll probably be at a lower RPM again. So it'll, the Tundra has its rated level of torque on the Tundra is at 2,400 RPM. I would not be shocked if the 309 foot-pounds of torque is at 2,400 RPM, because that seems to be around there. Or maybe it's at 2,600, somewhere around in there. I'm betting you it's probably going to be a little bit lower. I don't see it being at 4,700 RPM, being 309 foot-pounds of torque. It doesn't seem like that's the way it's going. It seems like it's going to go to lower. Could be wrong, just a guess. So you're going back to your fuel economy again. So the current one, your front-wheel drive has a 21 city, 29 highway for a 24 combined. It says the fuel economy rating of 24 miles per gallon is equal to that. So we're talking about the front-wheel drive, right? So front-wheel drive is probably, maybe you get a little bit better one way or the other. I don't know, but it sounds like it's going to be about the same. So 21, 29, and 24 combined. The all-wheel drive gets 20, 27, and 23. So 20 city, 27 highway, 23 combined is what the all-wheel drive is slated to get. So it sounds like that's going to be the exact same thing when you go to the turbo. So, and who knows, maybe you get 24, whether it's front wheel drive or whether it's all wheel drive, but I guess that'd be a little bit of a bonus there. Your hybrid, 36 the front wheel drive gets 36 city, 35 highway, 36 combined, straight across the board. The all wheel drive is 35, 35, 35. Straight across the board. So, you're in the hybrid's not changing, guys. It's going to have, everything's the same for what the current is, other than obviously going inside the vehicle. But as for power plant, everything's going to stay the same with that. So, like I said, and there's, you know, a couple of charts here talk about the estimated pricing and that, and I'll put those up for you so you guys can kind of see what that looks like. The styling on the outside of the vehicle is not changing. They're not doing a body style change. This is more or less what a lot of people call a refresh. So they're doing a couple things to refresh it. This body style came out in 2020. So Toyota does tend to try to do that about every 3 years or so on something, you know, 3 to 5 years on a Camry or RAV4 or a Highlander or whatever. They're going to throw something new into the mix, maybe a new trim level, maybe a new piece of electronics, something like that. They try to refresh it a little bit for you, give you a reason to take a look. So that is something there. But I am curious to drive the 4-cylinder, but you know, I'm wondering how much that torque is going to feel. I don't know. We'll find out what we'll find out what it's going to do, you know, and we'll see what yeah, we'll see what it is. But like I said, Car and Driver didn't seem to be too optimistic on it from what they put out. Toyota, obviously, they talked a little bit more glowing about it, of course, but you'd expect that. I want to put my butt in the seat and drive it, and then I'll tell you after that what I really think about it. Toyota doesn't do stuff wrong. I mean, and I'm not going to say they always make the perfect decision, because none of us always make the perfect decision, but I don't think that Toyota would have made this move unless it made sense. So right now I'm a little bit wondering where we're going with it. They've patented the name, I know this, called Grand Highlander. So I'm wondering about that. What's that going to have in it? Maybe that has the same, you know, type of twin turbo V6 like the Tundra will. Maybe they're going to have this 4-cylinder turbo in there, and they wanted to get a little bit more torque so that can get off the line, and maybe they're going to kind of prove the concept in the 23 Highlander so they can release the 24 Grand Highlander. Who knows? But I do know that the Grand Highlander is, you know, something that they've trademarked the name to. That's, you know, that's out there. I mean, anybody can Google that and see that. There's just not a whole lot that's out there. But I will mention that the Car and Driver, it sounds like they're a little critical of it, but they still gave it an 8 out of 10. I mean, that's, you know, that's not a bad rating, right? So the Highlander is still one of the best cars out there. Like I said, I own one myself. It's one of the best ones out there. You're not going wrong with a Highlander at all. But I will mention, if you are looking for the 6-cylinder, get on the list now, because you're probably going to start to have issues finding the 6 as soon as the 23s come out, which should be later this year, I would guess. So if you want to stick with the 6-cylinder, you know what to do. But definitely let me know what you guys think. Are you excited about the new news here? Are you concerned about it? Is there somewhere in between? So let me know what you guys think. Steve Welch, BM Toyota in downtown Nashville. Definitely like, subscribe. I appreciate every one of you guys. Trying to bring you all the latest news that I can find and get your opinions on it, and we'll have a discussion. And we always enjoy each other's company, right? So Steve Welch, BM Toyota. You guys have a great day. Talk to you soon. Bye.